It says preparing to live stream the meeting, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that it started. Also,
Okay.
I can't see myself, so I don't know if I'm making a face
Let me see.
while all of this is happening, you know?
You look good.
Oh, there we go. It's live. I can hear myself.
Okay. Okay. Let me see if.
Well, hello, everyone. Look at us going live. It's what we do. What are you doing, Renee?
I am sharing this live stream to my Facebook.
Fantastic. I am eating generic Doritos.
I love it. I love it.
Now, what were
So,
you telling me about, or how were you judging me about my
yeah, I was just
generic
about to
Doritos?
say. So, I'm okay with a lot of generic things. Totally, completely. It's all good. But I feel like certain things should not be generic. For example, soda, even though I don't drink soda, I think generic soda is a disgrace.
Sure, sure, sure.
Um, and
I also don't drink
cereal
soda, so whatever.
and chips.
Oh,
And specific
cereal.
chips. Yeah, and only specific chips. Like no, no all chips. Sometimes my wife buys generic Tostitos and I get
Okay.
so upset. And she comes home and she's like, "I got these and we're gonna eat them." And I'm like, "But I'm not happy about it." And she's like, "That's okay." And yeah. I would also prefer to only eat Tillamook cheese, but I would also like to be wealthy
Mm,
so that I
mm,
could
mm.
only do you eat Tillamook cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I was going to ask, so what about cereal? Because like I like some of the generic brand cereal.
Yeah, I know a lot of people do, and I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it.
Okay. Oh, so
Yeah.
you can actually taste like a big difference. Is that what it is?
No, I just don't like it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's based on absolutely nothing. You're just saying no, no generic.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
fair. I mean,
Yeah.
more power to you.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Um,
Okay.
I also don't eat cereal very often. Um, Hold on a second. I
So
don't eat
I
it
was,
because it's bad for me and I want to eat it every day, 3 times a day. I
yeah.
love cereal so much. So I normally only eat it on vacation.
So cereal is
Uh,
my snack. Like I have cereal for a snack. It's not a breakfast food for me.
yeah. Oh my God, I love cereal. But I got very fat eating it. And yeah. But now I found the cereal that's pretty good and I eat it like 3 times a week or so. It's like a Raisin Bran type cereal, but it's got nuts and stuff in it too. I forget what it's called. Post something. I don't know.
Okay.
Um, yeah. Okay. So we named this the bad stack.
Yes.
Because let's start off with the week. We were supposed to record on Monday. And what happened on Monday? It's been a long week. I can't even remember what happened on Monday.
I did not have power because
Oh,
of
that's
the
right.
storm.
That's right.
So we
Yeah,
lost
I
power.
honestly could not remember.
I know, right?
It's
I know. I had to
been
think
that
about
long
it
of a
too. I
week.
was like, why didn't we record on Monday?
Yeah, why didn't we record on Monday? This is the we started we're gonna record on Mondays. And so
Yep.
far we have not recorded on a Monday.
Nope.
And I
That's
think
okay.
that's pretty funny. Yeah, I think it's hilarious. Um, and then we were gonna record on Tuesday.
Tuesday. Tuesday.
And then what happened on Tuesday?
Um, was that the internet thing?
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. Let me look at our text messages because that
Yeah.
that's our proof of what's happened.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Oh my gosh, there's so many things that we chatted about. Um, okay, Tuesday. No, that was Tuesday PM. We talked about other stuff. Okay. All right, so Monday, our lights were flickering and then we lost power.
Mhm.
Tuesday, oh my gosh, Tuesday, I lost track of the time.
Oh, that's right. You guys, by the way, By the time we got to Friday, when I logged in and Nadja wasn't here, I was like, "Yep, she's ditching me, man." Uh, yeah,
So Tuesday, I was so caught up in all the because okay,
I forgot all about that.
So Monday I was going through credentialing, like a credentialing process with one of my clients. And so there was a
Hmm.
lot of back and forth that needed to happen. And so I was feeling overwhelmed and behind. And so I was like, okay, can we like delay it? And then we lost power. And so I was
That's
like,
right.
okay, well,
That's
that
right.
just like completely cuts out work, right? And
Hmm.
then Tuesday, I got into a flow because I got all caught up and I was like, okay, I feel so motivated now. Like I told Renee, like in my text message, I even said, oh my God, Renee, I completely lost track of the time. I'm so sorry. I even did my hair today. So
Yeah, that's right.
I
That's
did
right.
my hair and everything because I was like, I was just really feeling it. And then yeah, completely lost track of time. And when I finally like looked up and saw the time, I was like, what, 40 minutes late or something like
Yeah,
that?
something like that. Yeah,
Yeah. So
because
I was just,
I just sat here waiting, working. I was like,
oh
oh
my
my
gosh,
God, look what time it is.
I am
Yeah.
terrible. I'm so bad. I'm
It's
so
okay.
sorry.
There are weeks when it's me. That's so
So that was
um
Tuesday.
yeah.
And then we have a standing meeting on Thursdays, right?
Hmm.
And so what happened on Thursday? Well, let's go to Wednesday night first, which had
Yeah.
nothing to do with it, but then it became connected. So Wednesday, I was having internet issues, and so I was dealing with support, Comcast support, and they ended up like scheduling a tech. So we were troubleshooting on our own first, and then that took however long. And then I got in contact with customer support and that took however long. And they were like, we're going to send out a tech. And I was like, great. So they sent out a tech. He came out and he was like, it's not your equipment. I think there's something going on with like the connection outside. And so I was like,
Yeah.
even better because that means it's not our fault.
Right. Right.
So they ended up replacing the cable that goes from our house to the like Comcast hub, the
Dude,
connection,
that's
right?
literally what happened to my house. Remember
Yeah.
a few months
Yeah.
ago? Yeah.
Exactly. Well, luckily for us, our Comcast hub is in our backyard, so it doesn't have
Mm.
to go far.
Yeah.
And like our neighbors, they have to come into our backyard to fix their stuff. But anyways, so he ran a new line and he was like, "Okay, if you have dogs, like try to avoid them messing with the cable until it can get buried." And I was like, "Well, how long does it take to bury the cables?" And he goes, "Anywhere from 7 to 10 days." But he was really nice. He goes, but I'm going to tell you right now, they're not very busy right now. So don't be surprised if you get a notification that somebody's going to come out tomorrow to bury your
Hmm.
lights. And I was like, oh, even better. So that was Wednesday. So Thursday, I get the notification early in the morning. Comcast is coming out to bury your lines. You don't have to be home. And I was like, even better. So it's not going to mess with me at all, right? That's a lie, by the way,
Yeah.
because they do mess with you for a little bit because he came knocking on the door and he's like, I'm here to bury the lines. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and dig. So you'll be fine doing whatever you need to do. But then
Hmm.
when he starts actually putting the line in, he said, you probably won't have internet for like 15 to 20 minutes.
Hmm.
And so I was like, okay, 15, 20 minutes. I can deal with that. And this was early enough that I text Renee and I was like, hey, Comcast is bearing lines. They said they should be like, I should have internet connection again way
In plenty of
before
time.
we need
Yeah.
to record, like way before our call. And is that what happened? No, it was not. Because what happened, Renee, as he was digging the hole to bury my cable lines, he hit a sprinkler.
Yep. Yep.
He hit
Water
one of our
line.
sprinkler pipes and he was really nice about it and he was like, yeah, it's our fault, like we'll fix it. It's not a big deal, but that meant that they needed to go get PVC to replace the damaged part of the
Oh
sprinkler
yeah.
line and all that kind of stuff. So what was supposed to be like a 30 maybe 45-minute debacle ended
Hmm.
up being like the entire day, like the whole afternoon.
Yeah.
And even after he left, I'm sitting here and I'm like, I have no internet connection. Like it's saying that it's saying like my Wi-Fi is being detected, but it says no internet connection.
No internet. Yeah.
So then I had to reach out to support and I'm like, hey, your cable burying people just left and I don't have internet. And that was a whole other however long like going back and forth with them dealing with okay did you restart your modem and I'm like of course I did that before I
I
reached
hate
out
it.
to
It's
you.
like, why do you think, do people ever not, or are they just stalling?
I don't
You
know.
know?
I think, I mean, obviously they have like a checklist of things
Sure.
um that they're like, did you do this? But I also think just my personal experience in IT, like when you say, have you restarted your laptop? Like when was the last time you restarted I restarted it so many times. And then I remote in and I'm like, your uptime says like 246 hours. So obviously you didn't just restart it or restart it multiple times. Like I can see that you didn't do it. Don't lie to me.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's funny.
So,
Fair
yeah.
enough.
Yeah. So we went through that whole debacle. And then it got to the point where I was like, do I need to go look outside? Like, because the path is fresh. Like I can,
Mm-hmm.
and he buried it, what, like 2, maybe 3 feet down? I can pull it up and see if there's something else going on.
I can see out there
Um,
pulling your cables.
she's,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, cheese and rice. Cheese and rice. But but we were able to actually get it back online after doing a remote um restart. So it wasn't
Oh, interesting.
it wasn't the physical equipment. They like the representative was like, "Okay, let me see if I can do a remote reset
Mm-hmm.
and see if that helps." And so they do
Mm.
the remote reset. It takes like 15 to 20 minutes to get back online. And
Mm-hmm.
then after they did that, then everything came back on. I did speed tests just to make sure. And then we were good to go. But of course, by that point, it is 4 o'clock in the afternoon, right? Me
Yeah.
dealing with all the support things. And then 4:30 or before 4:30 is when I have to do the kids' pickups because they both had clubs after school. So one of them
Mm-hmm.
was going to be released at 4:30, the other one at 5 o'clock. So basically I had to go to one school, pick up one kid, and then we had to haul butt to the other school, which is 25 minutes away, to go pick up the other one. And lo and behold, you don't know this, Renee, but like as I was getting ready to leave, I was like, okay, I'm gonna let the dogs out because they've been inside all afternoon.
Oh no.
So I go to let the dogs out, and then I realized that our senior dog had a little accident on her blanket. Like we purposefully put down
Oh.
blankets because she has accidents, right? Because she's
Yeah.
16, almost 17 years
Yeah.
old. She is a German Shepherd Labrador mix. So for a big dog, making it to 16 is a feat in itself. So
Right.
so the fact that her biggest issues are osteoarthritis in her hips and then like, she can't control her bowels every now and then. I'm like, okay, but other than that, she wants to play, she wants to run around, she does little like bunny hops and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so she had an accident and it wasn't just like a pee accident. It was an
Full on
accident,
accident.
a
Yeah.
full-on accident, and I'm like, I have to leave to go pick up the kids, So like what
Yeah.
the hell? So I leave them outside and I'm like, okay, they're just going to have to like be okay outside for the 15 minutes it takes me to go pick up one of the kids and bring her back, and then I can ask her to help like clean up while I
Mm-hmm.
go get the other kid. And so I did that, left them in the backyard, went to go pick up, the first kid. I'm checking the cameras just to make sure because like our younger dog, the puppy who is a year and a half now, um, she has a habit of digging.
Oh no.
Okay. And
Did
so
she
I
dig up the internet cable?
I check the camera. She's
God.
digging a flippin' hole where the guy had fixed the sprinkler lines. And I was
Oh.
like, no. So I am yelling at her through my camera, my backyard camera. Our neighbors probably think
Does it
that we
have
like,
audio?
yes, it does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it
Okay.
has
I
like
didn't,
two-way
okay.
audio. So yeah, so our neighbors are probably like, these people are insane. They're yelling at their dog through the camera. I'm going, Luna, no, stop digging.
That is
Oh my
so
gosh.
funny.
It was
Oh my God. I
it was a
thought you were
whole
going to
thing.
say the gate was open.
No,
Yeah.
she started digging
Did
up.
she stop
Well,
when
she
you yelled at her?
stopped, but there was a hole.
Right, but she stopped from you yelling?
Yes, she stopped from me
That's better than
yelling.
my dogs. My dogs be like, yeah, I don't care
Oh,
what you're doing.
well, so I ended up having to keep like the camera feed on the whole time so I could like keep talking to her because I think it was because she could hear my voice but couldn't see me. So
Mm.
she was trying to figure out like, well, where's your voice coming from? So I
Right,
was
right.
distracting her
You were distracting her.
the whole time I'm driving back from picking up my first kid.
Hmm.
I'm yelling at the dog and then I change it to where I was like, Allie, just can you yell at Luna while I drive?
That is
So
hilarious.
she's
God,
yelling
that's
at the
so,
dog through the camera.
that is, so there
And
we
so
go.
here we are, Friday.
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 Which is funny because this threw off my whole week, not in like a productivity way, but it was like I lost a day this week because of it. And
Uh-huh.
so I don't, I guess I measure my time by recording or something. I'm not sure because every day feels the same
Yeah.
right now. You know, I work from home, we don't have a kid. So every day is a work day right now through Q4.
Yeah.
So I guess I measure my time based upon recording. And so when it was Wednesday, I was like, no, it's Tuesday. And Andy's like, open up your calendar. I'm like, no, it is Tuesday because we were supposed to record yesterday and we didn't record. And she's all like, honey, what is wrong with you? And anyway, I realized I was all screwed up for the week because I
Yeah.
kept thinking, oh, let's record, not record, you know. And so it was pretty funny. And it's just awesome because sometimes it's you, very rarely. Usually it's me, something like this. And and so it was like I just kept laughing because I was like, "Oh, finally it's not me."
Yeah.
Um
Yeah.
yeah, so
Oh my gosh. Well, and
yeah.
it's just like this is a great example of this is the reason why we're going live right now.
Mhm.
Because the topic of conversation today is like when what do you do when things just feel like they're stacked against you, like everything is stacked against you? Because that's how it's felt all week for me. I've been completely unproductive. Like yesterday when I couldn't get the internet out, or the internet back on or whatever, it got to a point where it was like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm still trying to troubleshoot like all this BS. And I
Mhm.
was just like, I can't even like check my email. I have zero motivation or productivity. So what did I do? I sat on the recliner in the living room and I read.
Oh yeah.
I
Yeah.
I read a book that is about two serial killers that kill serial killers. So basically like Dexter, but
I was like, "What, like Dexter?"
yeah, like Dexter,
Yeah.
except it's
Okay.
it's it's a pair, like
Interesting.
it's a male and a female. And then they they start having the feels for each other kind of thing. So
How
I was
did
like,
you come
I'm
across
just
this book?
how?
Yeah, because that's more like something I would read.
Oh, well, it was a recommendation in one of my many book club
Mm,
groups.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
So
Yeah.
so I sat down and I was like, I'm gonna read this trashy novel about two serial killers who kill serial killers, and that's all I'm gonna do for the next hour. And so that's what I did. I sat on the recliner and I read several chapters, and after that I was like, okay, now I feel motivated again. And then that's when I was like, I still don't have internet.
You know, it's interesting because if you think about a corporate job versus self-employment,
Hmm.
right? With a corporate job, if this happened, the odds are, depending on what kind of job you have, of course, what your position is, um, that you feel chill because it's not your problem. There's nothing you can do about it. You didn't do it on
Uh-huh.
purpose. Somebody else is probably going to have to step in and do your work, right?
Yeah.
Um, but as a self-employed person, the feeling isn't the same because when you come back, when the internet comes back and all of this thing, it's like getting sick, right?
Yeah.
Um, or having a snow day. Any of these things, it's not the same being self-employed. It's good in one way because you don't have to worry about getting fired because of it. But
Yeah.
at the same time, you have to sit there and think about how your workload is stacking up and there's no one else to do it.
Yeah.
And so it does feel a bit like things are when you're self-employed, it starts to feel like the world is stacking up against you at some point. It's like, why is this happening?
Hmm.
Why can't I get my things done? Right?
Right. Yeah.
Um,
Well, and not just that, but like when you wear all the hats and you're like you said, you're on your own, um, it's not like you can go vent to your coworker about it, right? Like I could, yeah, I
right.
could, and I did. I called my husband and I vented about how frustrated I was. And
Yeah.
poor guy had to listen to me like bitch about it all for 30 minutes, 45 minutes or whatever. And then I was in a bad mood, the rest of the day. But also like there's no like solidarity. Like who else is going to be in solidarity with you? Because
Right.
even my team members, I tell them, hey, I'm having internet issues, so if anything comes up, you're gonna have to call me.
Hmm.
And but it doesn't really affect them. Whereas if you're in
Right.
an office, and you have coworkers and you're like, yeah, the internet is down, it's probably not just down for you.
That's a good point. Yeah. I remember when I worked at an office many, many moons ago. Um, if something like that happened or the computer shut down or the electricity went off, it was like a party, you know? It was like,
Yeah, right.
yeah, this is
Everybody's
great.
like all of a sudden it's water cooler chatting time, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's not a big deal
And
because you're still going to get paid.
that's right. Exactly. It's exactly right. Like I was telling Andy today, we were on a walk and I said, um, I have now mastered this new process that I was working on. And I said, I've got it mastered. I feel I can do it really well now. I feel like it is pretty well perfected. And this is the time when I would normally pass this to someone else, train them, and then pass it. But I said, now that it's just us and Will,
Right.
or just me and Will, really,
Yeah.
because Andy has a job, um, there's no one to pass it to. So now I've perfected it, and now I just have to do it every day, all day, as much as I humanly possibly can, because the goal is to publish 1,000 recipes as fast as possible for very specific reasons. And so now I just have to do it over and over and over. There's no one to talk to about it. There's no one to pass it to. There's no one to teach it to. Um, and that sucks. So,
It does.
yeah.
Like, and I think that's something that maybe there was a point where it was talked about a little bit more frequently, but I really think that again, there's like this glamorization of working for yourself or working remotely or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
right? But something that people don't really talk about or spotlight or anything like that is how lonely it can be. And that's the reason why, like when you and I, because we have standing um appointments basically,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Even if we don't actually record,
Record. Yeah.
we're still checking in. But it
That's
makes
right.
you feel less alone because I
That's
know that
right.
you understand my frustrations and vice versa. And
Mm-hmm.
even though our industries are different, our struggles, like the mental load, it's the same. And
Absolutely.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
So it helps to alleviate a little bit of that. But yeah, like it's just, working for yourself, working from home, running your own business. It's so glamorized and everyone's like, yeah, that's the life goal. The life goal is to be the CEO and work for myself and, have a team or
Eh,
whatever. So yeah, you can have a team, but it's still so incredibly lonely because your responsibilities are so different from everybody else's. Like
mhm.
this is your baby, and if somebody called your baby ugly, like, you're going to take that personally and you're going to be upset
Right.
about it. And you're not,
Right.
there will be nobody else that will take care of your baby as well as you will.
Like today, um, Will signed into Slack. He's someone that works for me, and he was like, "Yay, Friday!" And I'm like, "Of course, yay, Friday for you!" But all day tonight, Andy and I have a work meeting where we're going to be going over some work stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to have a quick dinner, and then we're going to go right into our work meeting,
Mm-hmm.
and then Saturday, and Sunday, we already have all of the work planned, the work I'll
Mm-hmm.
be doing for the weekend,
Yep.
to make sure that when Monday comes around, Will has plenty of things to work on, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't have the same meaning, because we are in rebuild mode. So
Right.
every moment that I possibly can is about trying to rebuild the company.
Mm-hmm.
So Friday doesn't have the same meaning that it does to a lot of people.
Right.
It's
Right.
actually an opportunity to peacefully work without disruption.
Yeah, without any interruptions. Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, that's one of the reasons why I mean, I had some pretty hard cutoff times. Like and by the way, to everybody who might be like in the beginning stages of their business building, um, boundaries are so, so important. Like they are so
Oh,
important to
yeah.
set,
Yeah.
enforce, and honor, not just for yourself, but for others, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
It took a really long time for me to learn how to set appropriate boundaries because, in the beginning, I thought boundaries were just like, um, I'm not doing this. I'm only
Hmm.
doing X, Y, and Z. Like to me, that was boundary setting, or that's how I understood boundary setting. And it was so uncomfortable for me because I was like, it feels so against my nature to say no, right? But at
Right.
the same time, I learned along the way and realized for myself that boundaries aren't just you saying no to things. Like boundaries are you telling people what you will and will not accept.
Hmm.
So that's what boundaries are. It's not saying, no, this is my time. It's you expressing to other people, okay, yeah, this is my time. You can send me all the requests that you want. You can email me all night long if you want. I am letting you know that I'm not going to respond to that until the next business day. And
Hmm.
not even like don't expect me to be responding at 6 o'clock in the morning or anything like that, like next business day. So maybe 8 o'clock at the earliest, but really it's going to be 9.
Yeah. And you know, something too, and I want to make this clear, because the way that I'm talking about the weekend, my life wasn't always like that. So
Right.
you have children at home,
Hmm.
right? And when I had a kid at home, all of those rules were different. But
Yeah,
once our kid left, and went
it
off to
changed.
college and all of that, that was my time to dig into the next level, right?
Right, right.
So I planned for that. I expected that.
Hmm.
Um, but also I choose these work stretches, and then I have these breaks,
Right.
right? Because nobody can work like that all the time.
No, no.
Because like when it comes to Christmas break, I will literally disassemble my computer and put it in the closet while
What?
I'm on Christmas. Yeah, well, for many reasons.
Okay.
One,
I
so that
didn't
I'm
know
not.
this.
No, yeah, for many reasons. One, this room that I'm recording in is my mom's room when she's here. So,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Hmm.
So, like, also, I have a computer set up downstairs for when we're doing recipes, like we will this
Hmm.
weekend. So I have a computer set up. Well, it's set up at my dining table. Well, I'm going to be using my dining table because we're having a
Yeah.
Christmas brunch. So I have to take everything and put it away. So there will be this disconnect stage. For
Hmm.
example, we're driving to Denver because I really need at least 2 days to disconnect from work before I can actually enjoy myself,
Yeah.
because I have to have that unplugged time.
Okay.
So the drive is really good for that. So by the time I reach our daughter, because we're going to our daughter's, by the time I reach her house, which still blows my mind that we're going to her house, but regardless, by the time I reach her house, I will be disconnected from work and I can proceed into, and family time,
Right, right.
holiday spectacular. And then So I will have until like January 4th, I will not be working. I guess I need to let you know about that. But yeah, I know. But I won't
Let
be
me put that
working.
on my calendar.
Yeah, yeah. Because first of all, I won't be home, but second of all, I need that break,
Hmm.
because next year is going to be a really big, hard year for us because we have some really big goals because we're literally rebuilding our business.
Hmm.
Um, but between now and that break, I am going at it as hard as I can possibly go.
Yeah.
Because Q4 is so crucial um for us to fund next year. And fund is a really loose phrase because barely making any money right now. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it is what it is. Yeah.
Well, and
Um,
like you have all of that experience to pull from too, especially
mhm.
because it's not like this is the only business that you've ever started. Like,
No,
you've
no,
built it
yeah,
from ground zero up, right?
right.
So you have a lot of that to pull from, whereas I that's kind of like what I do for other people.
Hmm.
Like I help them get to, for the most part, it's not ground zero. Like they're already at a certain level, and then
Hmm.
they bring me in to like get them to the next level. But you know, it's one thing to be really hardworking and like have all this strategy and plans and goals for other people's businesses, but when it comes to your own, it's harder, so much
You know what
harder.
else is hard? Planning and strategy is fun and it's sexy. You know what's hard?
Yes.
Doing the
Doing.
work. Yeah.
Implementation, yeah,
Hmm.
implementation is hard.
It's
And
so
so
hard.
mhm. So if you're feeling like I have all these plans and I have everything like strategized and everything like that, but it's really difficult to actually get it off the ground. You're not alone. Like that's actually a very normal scenario to
Yes.
be in. The only
Yes. Very
thing
common.
is, do not let yourself get so caught up in the perfection and the details and the what ifs that you don't take any action, because really that's what you need to do. You just need to do something. Even it's
Yeah.
even if it's a really small step, you have done something to go towards the goal that you are trying to
Hmm.
accomplish.
I think that the most important trait, after doing this for as many years as I have, I think that the most important trait for an entrepreneur is determination.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because if you are determined to do the work, then you are most likely to succeed.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people just don't have it in them to do that.
Right. Yeah.
And I don't even think it's a judgment. I think every company needs people to work for them, right?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, for sure.
everybody can be an entrepreneur. Maybe in 2026, when AI is fully functioning, everybody should be an entrepreneur by then, maybe. But I mean, but the truth is, not everybody is good at it. Not everybody wants to. But if you
Mhm.
have that determination thing inside of you, that thing that makes you
Mhm.
do it anyway, that you can't not do it, those are the people that will succeed. And if you don't have it in you, then just try to find a really good job and be happy with that.
Yeah,
And that's okay. God, I wish that I could just have a job and be happy.
I
I
know.
feel like it would be such a more peaceful life, but I have something in me that's different and I have to
Yeah.
accept it.
And like I go back and forth with that too. So there are a couple of clients that I have that like I tend to fall back into almost like an employee mindset, like, okay, just tell me what I need to do kind of thing.
Hmm.
And there's a sense of comfort in that. But at the
Hmm.
same time, then there's the other part of it. So like one part of my brain is like, just tell me what to do. Like give me a checklist and then I'll get it done. Like I'll go do it. But then like there's the other part of me that is like, well, that's stupid. Like the way that you want to do it, that's really dumb. We're not going to do it that way. I'm going to do it this way. And then I do yeah, I take action and then I, you know, ask permission later. Like I just do it and then I
That's
ask for
also why you're
forgiveness.
not safe for work.
I know because that is such not
Yeah.
it's very that's a terrible thing to do as an employee. Don't
Hmm.
like don't get into the habit of doing that because the first couple of times it's like, oh, you're taking initiative, like that's great or whatever. But when you
Yeah.
have supervisors, managers, you have shareholders that you need to report to, things like that, then you just doing stuff and then asking for forgiveness later, like that could get you in some really hot water.
Hmm.
So you got to find that balance. But no, that's
Yeah.
that's one of the biggest reasons why I'm always like I can't be an employee because I just I do that so frequently and then I'm like, "Oops, I just
Hmm.
did this."
Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting. So, do you feel, to go back to the theme, do you feel that the week was stacked against you?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And do you feel that you've recovered yet? Or what is it going
Um
to take for you to feel better?
well, I don't know if I would say recovered is like the right term to use because
Okay.
I'm not looking to recover from it. Does that make sense? Like
Sure.
I just want to move on.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if I look at everything collectively, sure, this entire week it feels like it was stacked against me. But on a day-to-day basis, it's like or not even day-to-day, but like moment by moment, it's like okay, this moment is difficult. Okay, we've overcome it. Oh, okay, here's another difficult moment. Okay, now I'm past that. And here's another difficult moment. Okay, now I'm past that. So, I don't know if it's just me like, if it's just the way that my brain works, but, like, once the problem has passed, then I don't really like, I'm not feeling overwhelmed by it anymore.
Hmm.
I'm feeling overwhelmed by, like, a new thing.
So your problems have moved along.
My
And
problems have moved along,
yeah.
exactly,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So,
Um,
yeah, so I'm never really looking to recover from it, that could just be a me thing, um, because, I mean, if you
that's
really
interesting.
Well, if you really think about it, there will always be a problem, a roadblock, a struggle. There will always be something that will frustrate you, like
Hmm.
upset you, make you sad, but there was a quote recently that I had shared and it's one of those things that I'm like, "Oh, that's what I've been practicing," and I just never realized it or I never paid attention to it or, really put a definition to it. But basically it's stress is inevitable, suffering is optional.
Ooh, that's good. I like that.
Right?
Yeah, that's really
So,
good.
I mean, stress is inevitable. You will have stress. Suffering is optional. That's a
You
choice.
know, that's really interesting. I like that. I think most entrepreneurs are forced to be forward looking.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if you are forward looking, then you can't suffer as much about the past because you don't have time.
Right, right.
And so I think I know you're supposed to live in the moment. I've never understood what that really means. I don't
Yeah.
think very well. That doesn't make sense to me, but I am really good at looking forward.
Yeah.
Um, and whenever I do look backwards, it is sometimes it's generally with fondness, but um, I don't know. I think entrepreneurs don't have a lot of time
Yeah.
to go back
Yeah.
because you got to build the next thing.
Right, right, exactly. And then again, it's because there's nobody else going to do it for you. Like you have to
Yeah,
do it, otherwise it's not gonna get
it's kind of
done.
like the laundry.
Ugh. There's another stressful like thing to add to the list. Like laundry and dishes. They're
Ugh.
like they're like gremlins, right? Like they multiply
Especially if you
unexpectedly.
work from home. It just, oh my God. Like the dishes, the damn dishes, especially if you run a food blog.
Oh, I bet you're right. I didn't even think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
that. How
Yeah.
many dishes? Yeah. How
Oh
many
yeah.
dishes do you go through? because
It
you've
really
got
depends if it's a cook week or not.
okay, yeah.
And to make it worse, our photography dishes are not the same as our normal dishes
Right. Yeah, you've talked
because,
about that
yeah, you
before.
got to hand wash them because
Hmm.
the dishwasher etches things even if you don't realize it,
Yeah.
and that looks really bad in photography. So,
Yeah, so you have specific things that are just for photography
hmm
that are
hmm
pristine and they have no imperfections because those will show up in food pictures and stuff like
Oh
that.
man, everything shows up. Some of it's okay, but yeah, when you were here last, I think we were doing the chocolate chip cookies, right?
Yeah, you were doing
Yeah.
this, and I decided out of the kindness of my
hmm
heart to help put away those chocolate chip
She
cookies.
was she was really there for us. Yeah. She was really there for us. So
I mean, it
yeah,
was
that was good.
difficult, but
I know.
I I
They
I
didn't
felt like
taste
I had to
gluten
help
free to
you
me.
out.
Yeah. 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 You're so
They
kind.
were
I really
really
appreciate
good.
it.
I can't even remember how many cookies I ate. I ate a lot.
How to, yeah. I think Andy's making a cranberry tart this weekend. I'm kind of excited about
Ooh.
that. Doesn't that sound good?
Ooh, that does
I
sound
know.
good.
We don't
It
get to
sounds
eat
very like
everything we make,
fall.
but yeah, not everything we make we get to eat because some things kind of get gross in the process, like fish or
Mm,
something.
yeah, yeah.
But yeah,
But cookies don't go bad.
no, cookies, they do fine. They
Or
do fine,
cookies
thank
don't
God.
last long enough to go bad.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Um, you know, the favorite thing we've ever made, I think that both of our favorite things was cake balls.
Oh, really?
My God, they were delicious. They were so good.
Are they
Ugh.
difficult to make?
I'll be honest, I wasn't involved in that shoot. It was
Oh,
Andy and
okay.
Tabitha. I just ate them. So I honestly don't know.
Yeah.
I wasn't in that one.
A
But I
hard
know that,
life.
yeah, I know. Tough stuff.
I know,
But
right?
I don't think they were hard to make. No. And then we used them to make a little snowman, and that was fun.
Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, it was really cute. But anyway, not everything is delicious after the fact. Sometimes it's just
Yeah.
nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but
So,
the cookies were good.
mm-hmm.
I don't even know how
Well,
we got on that. I forget.
again, stress is inevitable, suffering is optional.
There you go. That's true. That's very
That should
true.
be like our new mantra.
I agree. I think it should be. It should be like our tagline.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
mean,
like it.
it's a really good one, especially since it really points back to resilience, like that's just to quote another like pop culture thing, right? Chumbawamba, tub thumping. They say I got knocked down,
I
but I
have
get
no
up
idea.
again.
Oh, right. Okay. I was like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, but
You're
yes,
like
I
you
know
are
that.
speaking a foreign language now.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, that's what resilience is, right? Like you get knocked down, but you get up again. And so when it comes to business ownership or entrepreneurship or really just life, right? Like
Sure.
you're
Yeah.
gonna get knocked down. You are going to get knocked down and
hmm
dragged in the mud. Like let's bad
And
things.
and the most by thyself, by the way.
Yes, exactly.
So
Like
we
there will
we
be
are the ones that do it the most to
right, right.
ourselves. So yeah.
So bad things will happen, but it's all about, okay, well, what do you do from there? So
hmm
this has happened. So what do you do next? And I guess that goes back to your we're always forward thinking because it
hmm
is always about, okay, well then what's next? Like this really shitty thing happened. So what's next? Sorry. I
Yeah.
forgot that we're
Oh, on alive.
live and I can't edit my swears.
Oh, darn. The luck.
Oh gosh, darn it. See,
So
earlier I said cheese and rice.
that's
Oh,
true.
do you like how I
Whoops.
just smashed my desk?
Yeah, that was good.
Just
Okay. So what are you doing this weekend?
this weekend, my goddaughter's birthday party is this weekend. She's turning 8. So we're gonna go celebrate her. What else are we doing? We have a friend who they have a business where they make pies, right?
Oh,
And so this weekend they're having like a pie party, like
hot
a
damn.
I
Love it.
know. And because when she invited me, I was like, oh, I'm so there. Wait, what are we doing? It doesn't matter. I'm there.
Yeah. Yeah. Is Lance
Um,
home? Is Lance home?
He will be working. He's got like a Texans game that he has to work, but
Oh, okay.
if he doesn't make it to the pie party, I'll bring him home some pies.
That's nice.
Maybe.
Yeah.
They could be my car snacks on the
What's your
way
favorite kind of
home.
pie?
Oh my gosh. I love anything crumble.
Oh, okay.
So like if it's an apple crumble, like with
Mm-hmm. Yeah, with
the like
the
brown
crumblies
sugar
on top.
crumblies on top.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah, those are the best. So
Yeah.
apple, peach, apricot. So the thing is like, so our friend, if you are local, oh my gosh, I did it again. If you are local to the Houston area, let me go ahead and put in this plug. Look up Cali Pie. They are local. They make their pies fresh. You can usually find them at I think it's the Montgomery Farmers Market. But
Mm.
they have a stall there. So I'm gonna put their link
You
in the
should.
comments.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
And then
Um,
if you're in the Houston area and you love pies, go ahead and reach out to them. They're phenomenal. Oh, and then because they're a husband and wife team. So her husband makes homemade ice cream, and they are
wow.
because so he would make homemade ice cream for like the kids' birthday parties and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And that was like mine and Lance's favorite part. Would be like, "Hey John, are you making ice cream today? Like, did you make ice cream
Yeah.
for the party?" So they've recently started selling the homemade ice cream too. So I was
That's
like,
awesome. You know, I want some pumpkin ice cream. I've been doing all these pumpkin recipes
pumpkin
like
ice
crazy,
cream.
and I think pumpkin
Interesting.
ice cream sounds good.
I don't know, because like pumpkin or pumpkin spice.
Pumpkin spice. I mean, pumpkin
Okay.
spice. Yeah.
All right.
No, I
Well,
don't think I would want actual pumpkin in it, but pumpkin flavored, pumpkin spice. So,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
But I have been doing so many pumpkin recipes, so now I'm just like pumpkin, pumpkin, pumpkin.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't know, because like when it comes to pumpkin, like I'm very particular with my
mm,
pumpkin flavors.
okay.
Um, I don't know. There's just
Yeah. I gotcha. I gotcha. It's
yeah,
okay. Um, well, cool. Well, that sounds fun. You
oh,
should send me
here
a picture of
a
some
picture
pie.
of the pie.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I was gonna say I just pulled up their website. If you
Oh,
wanted me to show you real quick.
yeah, do.
Yeah,
Please.
let me show
Heck
you.
yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna share
Good.
my screen.
Okay.
Um, maybe just this one. Do you see
Is
that?
that like a small pie? Okay, like a
They
personal
have
pie.
mini pies. They're like little individual serving pies.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
look at this.
Look at that crust. Oh my.
Okay, wait. Like so they've got
Oh, oh, there it
apple,
is.
pumpkin, and pecan.
Okay.
And then these are their featured menus. Look at this.
Oh, wow, awesome.
So
Yeah.
and then apple butter.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Here's their pie bar.
Nice.
Look
What
at
is that
these.
red one? That looks nice.
There's just all of it is so good. And then they have the mini pies.
Oh,
Yeah,
this makes me hungry and I already
I
ate.
know. And the great thing is like sometimes when they like after the farmers market,
Mm.
if they end up having any left over, you know, I love getting the text message that's like, "Hey, we have a couple of pies left over from the farmers market. Did you want any?" And I'm like, "How many do you have? I'll take them."
Yeah. Those are good friends to have right there.
I know.
Yeah, that looks
So there we
great.
go. That's calipie.com.
Hmm.
KALIPIE.com.
There you go. I
Just a
love
little
it.
plug for them right there.
Yes, very
So
good.
good. Anyway, so
That looks
that's
delicious.
our weekend plans.
Well, good.
Um, what about you?
Well, like I said earlier, we're going to be working,
Oh, that's right. Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, on pie, I
On
believe.
pie.
So, yeah. So that should be exciting.
Delicious.
Yeah.
What
Well,
about for
I guess we
Thanksgiving? Are
should
you taking the whole week? Like, are you gonna?
uh so we're not doing on Thanksgiving Day, we are actually going to meet our friend Joanna and her girlfriend Sydney, and we're going to go out to eat.
Ooh, So
Yeah, we're doing some kind of
she
fancy
just
buffet.
she just got her citizenship, right?
She did. She did. Yeah,
So is
just what,
this
a
like a
week or so ago?
celebratory, like,
Yeah. Yeah.
officially welcome as a US citizen?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, totally.
Congratulations,
Um,
Joanna. I don't know you and you don't know me, but I feel like I know you.
yeah. Yeah, so we're really excited for her and yeah, so that should be fun and we're doing a none of us wanted to cook
Well,
this
sure.
year.
I mean,
Yeah,
all
so
you
we
do
were
is
like
cook.
I know. So we were like, oh God. So yeah, so we're gonna go out to eat. I forget where, some kind of fancy looking buffet. It looked really cool,
Hmm.
and I'm excited. And so it should be really good. Because
Nice.
normally I'm not a buffet gal, but there are exceptions.
Yeah,
So
yeah, sure.
yeah, I'm a little bit of a food snob, I guess. So
You are. What?
yeah, yeah. So that should be fun. What about you? Are you doing Thanksgiving with the family?
Yeah, I mean, we're just doing the usual, Thanksgiving with the different families. And then so this year, our wedding anniversary actually falls on Thanksgiving. So
Oh, really?
yeah, it's
How
it's
many
always
years?
15 this year.
We just celebrated on Monday 18 years.
Oh my gosh, did you wait, did I know that? I think I knew that.
Probably, I don't know,
Okay.
you might have seen my Facebook post, but excuse me. Yeah, 18 years of marriage.
18.
Yeah, been
That's
together
huge.
almost 20, I guess, but married 18.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I
congratulations to you guys.
Thank you. Yeah, Lance and I were
Yeah.
just, or I was trying to figure out just earlier. I was like, okay, so this is our 15th wedding anniversary, but we've been together 22 years.
Wow. That is such a swell. Yeah.
So yeah, like we've been together longer than we've been apart.
That is so interesting. That is so sweet. I love that
And
so much.
the weirdest part about all of that too is like even though so that means that I have lived here in the US for over 22 years. I've been here
Right.
like
Yeah.
25 or 26 years or something like
Yeah.
that, right? Um but I still in my head, I'm still like, but I'm Australian. Like that's where
Well,
I grew
I
up.
mean,
But I live
you
there
are.
well, I live there less time than I have here. And I think it's just like my formative years.
Yeah, exactly. I think, those core important years are, I think that's just kind of how it all happens, right?
Yeah,
Becomes
yeah.
who you are. I had something, I
Sorry,
forget
it's
what
because
it
I
was.
interrupted you.
Oh, oh, we can still record on Monday, by the way, if you want to.
Oh,
Um,
fantastic.
yeah.
Let's do
So,
it.
yeah, we'll be cooking and stuff, but because Andy's taking the week off to work on Cooking Chew.
Okay.
But I have on my plans to still do, but I can't do Thursday because that's actually Thanksgiving. So
Yeah, I also can't do
yeah, I know.
Thursday.
Yeah, I know.
Wait,
I
let
know.
me
You
check
have
the
a few things.
calendar and just make sure that it's not actually on there.
That's a good point.
Because knowing me, I probably left it because I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah, that makes
It's
sense.
all good. I mean, it's easy to move around and switch things. It's not a big deal. Oh no, it's
Yeah, we.
completely empty.
Okay, good. Yeah,
My
we do it all of the
Thursday
time.
and Friday is like blank.
And then in December, we'll just do our live planning here live. Um, we leave. I should probably not record on the 19th because we leave on
Okay.
the 20th and I'll probably be, packing the car and
On the
all of that
19th of
stuff.
December?
Yeah,
Sure.
which is a Thursday. So no recording on that day.
Okay.
And then I guess we should record again the first time, maybe on the 5th.
Yeah.
No, that's a
The
Sunday.
6th.
The 6th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. That works for me.
Okay, cool. Good.
Let me just go ahead and remove the ones in between,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because I too take the Christmas New Year's time off.
What's the last day of school for the girls?
For before Christmas break.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 20th. It's like that Friday before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I
Cool.
am excited because that means that this year, this is going to be the first year that there is nothing I need to be like on call for over
Oh,
the
great.
Christmas break. Usually I have to at least like, just like check in every
Mm-hmm.
once a day, just kind of check in and make sure that there isn't anything pressing or
Mm-hmm.
immediate. But no, this is the first year that it's literally like there's nothing going on. Like
That's awesome.
there's nothing happening with the clients during that time. There's nothing happening like work related
Mm-hmm.
because me and the team already did our 2025 planning. So I'm actually just waiting on the last pieces of like everybody's rocks. So like the projects and their measurables to achieve the Q1 goals and stuff like that. So
Nice.
yeah, we're ahead of the game because usually that's the kind of stuff that I'm like, oh crap. It's like the end of December and we have no
Yeah,
plans for January.
that's funny. Wow, that is awesome. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. It's
Yeah.
it'll be interesting to just like be completely disconnected.
I
Uh
know. I know. I mean, I'll have my laptop with me, but
yeah. Well,
yeah.
it's to go back to the whole like the hustle culture recently has been like that's been glamorized too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you need to hustle in order to be successful, but again, definition, like what is the definition of success for you?
Right.
Is it to just work your fingers to the bone?
Right. I think it's definitely important to have a goal associated to it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yep. So,
That's right.
all right.
Yay.
So key takeaway, stress is inevitable, suffering is optional.
There you go. I
If
love
there's
that.
nothing else that you took away from this fun little, oh, I did it again. Like I keep kicking this desk. Jeez. Um, yeah, if there's anything that you take away from it, it's just that. Just remember that. Keep that in the back of your head.
Mm. Okay. Um, oh God. Hold on.
What?
January. So we're gonna record again on January 6th.
Yeah.
Okay.
What? Oh, 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 that'll be fun. Let's do that live.
Let's do it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All
We'll
right.
see. Maybe we'll have to have like some bottles of wine with
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
that day.
Shot. I'm just gonna like
Oh my
line
gosh,
up here
because
at
like
my
what's
desk.
gonna happen?
And I have a Kamala shirt on, so
Expect the unexpected, right?
that's right.
Oof,
Not
oof.
that. I'm not promoting anything.
Oh no, I'm not
No,
promoting
yeah.
anything. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, like, yeah, January 6th that's a big day.
That is a big day. I was like, what
So,
is that? It kept running in the back of my mind,
well,
and
you
I was
kept
like, wait,
repeating it, and I was like, why is she repeating it? Why is she being so like, oh, oh,
yeah.
that's interesting.
Yeah, a day that meant nothing to me until recently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I think it's a day that meant nothing to a lot of people
I know. I
for a
know.
while.
Didn't even know it was a thing.
Oh
Um,
my goodness.
yeah.
Good times.
Okay. And on that note, let's call it.
Goodbye. Thanks,
Have fun
everyone.
with that.